witness on an aggravated battery.
How you doing? Thanks for watching. This is George at Wicked Warnings, your #1 source for construction and emergency strobe lighting and LED safety equipment for cars, vans, SUVs like this GMC Acadia, trucks, buses, unicycles, bicycles, and tricycles. As you can see on the front of this 18 Acadia, we have our TIR3 in amber. This particular vehicle was built for a construction superintendent who very rarely visits job sites, but we did want to give him some adequate warning when he is on site. It is a leased vehicle, so we tried to keep the damage to a minimum. In the front, we were originally going to mount some grill lights on top of the chrome grill, but the client did not care for that, so we mounted them a little bit lower in the fog light bezel. That way, when the lease is turned in, at the very worst, we can replace the small plastic fog light bezel, and it'll be as if there was never an install. Again, that's our TIR3 in amber, mounted down next to the OEM fog lights in an alternating 75 FPM triple flash pattern. Out back in this build, we used our LD Hideaway custom mix set. We have an amber and a white. We elected to add the white to the rear just because here in Chicago, we need to get a little bit more warning power, especially to the rear. So this client requested to add a little white, and because we're keeping this very simple, we just simply used a custom mix, one amber, one white Hideaway. Now, as you can see by the OEM reverse lights being illuminated because we just moved the vehicle, we did not remove the OEM reverse lights to install our LED HAW. We went into the reverse lens because the outer lens mounted to the body is all red. So if you're going with a colored strobe, your only option is to go into the gate-mounted reverse lens. It's not that particularly hard of an install, but it is not for the novice either. So if you have a new Acadia, such as this, and you want some detailed pictures of how we installed that, we'll be happy to provide them after purchase. So to help you install your own set similar to this. Again, this is our LED HAW Duo custom mix set, one amber, one white in the LD dome. Here inside the cab of the vehicle, you can see where we've mounted our switch, very similar to some of our other locations. Right up there in the corner of the Speedo surround bezel. Without the camera flash, you can see how easily that casts the green LED up here and onto the Speedo. So it's very difficult to drive around town with your lights on and not know it. And on this particular truck, as you can see, there really isn't a whole lot of room on the dashboard to do it anywhere else. So we went with this location, very similar to what we do on the 2017 Explorers. I'll show you one other thing about getting through the firewall on this particular vehicle. So it's a little difficult to see, but the Chevy vehicles use this very large snap-in grommet for their wiring harness. And if you like, you can drill a hole through the grommet off to the side like we did, and you can put in some kind of a weather stop, whether it be some gasket material caulking or like we did the fingered grommet gasket there to stop the airflow. And you could also, if you wanted to just drill a hole into the metal here or here, you could do that as well. But you can see how we penetrated the firewall on the Acadia to get the wiring from the front to the back. We powered off the battery on this so he can use it with or without the key per the client's request. So I hope this information was helpful. Be sure to give us a shout and a like. Once again, this is George at Wicked Warnings, your #1 source for construction and emergency LED lighting and strobe lighting equipment. Thanks again for watching.